Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio has been selected to head the new Weaponization of Government Committee. They will be looking into how the Democrats have weaponized the FBI and the Department of Justice to punish conservatives who want to protect elections in their respective states or use the freedom of speech that was guaranteed to them in the Constitution. They will also be looking into the collusion between the federal government and big tech companies to censor conservative voices. With Jordan leading the committee, there are sure to be fireworks, and we're going to get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we are the antidote to the daily onslaught of radical woke Marxist propaganda. I know this is something that conservatives and liberals with a brain have been waiting for quite some time now. At this point, we're not even talking about what Democrat governors and mayors did to the American people in their respective states and cities. The Democrats have had a monopoly of government in D.C. for over 2 years. They have violated their oaths, violated the Constitution, made things up, censored people who tried to point out that they made things up, punished people beyond what was called for, hyped up a 2.5-hour riot while looking the other way and censoring people talking about the BLM riots that lasted an entire summer pretty much on their behalf. The committee will be looking into the targeting of parents who do not want their children to be indoctrinated and groomed. The Biden regime called them terrorists. Between the Democrats and the teachers' unions, they have tried to eliminate the role parents play in raising their own children. Now, this is a fact. It's demonstrable. Now, this would allow them the ability to indoctrinate the children as well as groom them and sexualize them inside the classroom to provide fresh fodder for gay activists. And don't tell me this isn't happening. Why else is the left so vehemently and viciously going after the Twitter account Libs of TikTok? Libs of TikTok, she doesn't edit the video. She takes videos from TikTok where these crazy teachers are talking about how they're grooming kids in the classroom, and she just displays them on Twitter. Okay, but they're going after her like it's nuts. They're saying she's causing problems. All she's doing is showing what they posted publicly on a different platform. Now, this will be an investigative panel, and according to the Post Millennial, well, I will put a link in the bottom in the description, okay? They say that they're going to demand emails and correspondence between the Biden administration and big tech companies. And that follows the massive revelations that came to light through the recent release of the Twitter files. These are the types of things that the Weaponization of Government Committee are going to straighten out once and for all. Now, according to Axios, the probe into communications between tech giants and President Biden's aides will look for government pressure that could have resulted in censorship or harassment of conservatives or the squelching of debate on polarizing policies, including the CDC on COVID. Folks, here's the harm that censorship does that the left never wants to talk about because it doesn't happen to them. Okay, so we had a bunch of doctors, real world medical doctors, who were giving us information that was very useful. In fact, vital to people's lives about the COVID virus during the pandemic. And they were censored by the social media tech tyrants. And now we know that it was because the government was forcing them to do that. The Biden regime was forcing them. Twitter file drops told us that the FBI has been pressuring them to censor any talk about it. So the Democrats censored the information so that they could use the alternative side of it, the gaslighting of the pandemic, if you will, for their own political gains. But what this committee wants to find out is how much did that censorship kill people by the American people who had a right, a constitutional right to hear about that alternative information that in all counts turns out to be true but was censored. How many of them died because they didn't know about the alternative therapeutic treatments? Now, as Americans, we have the right to ask that, and we have the right to be told the truth. Now, according to sources in the Republican Party, if government personnel and agencies do not comply, subpoenas are likely to be issued. Wouldn't you like to see some of them for once, be harassed because they didn't respond to a subpoena? Because the Republicans are always a bunch of pussies who never follow through. The Democrats went after Bannon, didn't they? All right, they gave him prison time for not responding to a subpoena that had absolutely nothing to do with him. All right, the GOP is committed to digging into the politicization of the FBI, which not only includes like the work done to discredit accurate reporting from the New York Post on the Hunter Biden laptop in the lead up to the 2020 presidential election, but allegations of the Russian election interference in the lead up of the 2016 election as well. Now, we know that the Democrats were busy, very, very busy, trashing everything that had to do with conservatives, Republicans, and especially with Donald Trump. And all of it was nonsense, lies, and gaslighting. And they had the fake news media helping them all the way. When they went along with the censorship and insulted doctors who were censored, who were trying to bring information to the American people and to the world that could have helped them survive COVID. These people need to be held accountable. All right, so that's it. Thanks a lot. Check out the videos at the end. Read the description for links. We'll see you in the next one.
Every day I'm looking for a way to return to the time when everything was easy to learn. Don't know when it started to get so serious.